If my love is without sacrifice, it is selfish. Such a love is better, for there is exchange of love and devotion in return for something. It is conditional love. These are the words of Sadhu Vaswani. In Kawangware Zonye Road, we meet a man whose life describes what sacrifice is, a life that is totally sold out to the street children, the homeless and the poor, not because he has, but due to the calling that is within him. This is a man that is not only a friend to the people, but also to the birds and animals, hence the big family.
I'm Pastor Enos Umo. I come from Uganda. I'm a registered recognized refugee in this country with a permit to work and live in Kenya. Married to a Kenyan lady from Western Kenya, that's Busia, with 6 children, 3 boys, 3 girls. I came to Kenya in 1973. That was due to hostile rule of terror of Idi Amin. When I got recognized, immediately I got a job with the hotel industry in Kenya. As before I came to Kenya, I was a manager training in the hotels. I came here in Nairobi, I formed a group, training group. We used to train cooks and waiters. But then there was a burden in my heart. Remember when I settled in Busia, I started a program known as Ex-Prisoner Christian Ministry for aiding orphans. I could talk to these people, I had a burden. When I talk to them, somebody tells me I was in committee, maximum prison for 15 years. Then I was again sentenced in Naivasha maximum prison. I said, why are you repeating all this crime? They could tell you, no, when I come to the community, people don't like me. They call me Muisi, a thief. So I prefer going back to the same crime. Then I asked, what were you doing in the industry, in the prison? They could tell me, you know, when we're in prison, we are trained in skills. Some tells you, I've been a welder, I've been doing carpentry, I've learned bricklaying, I've learned tailoring. And since I had money, I said I can part with what I have. What machines do you want me to buy for you? If somebody is doing welding, I buy him a welding machine, I buy the material, then I tell him strictly, 10% of what you produce, give it to me, please, so that I can pay for school fees for the orphans. Those who are needy. I did it in Busia. I had 18 families of ex-prisoners that I was supporting. They have workshops up to now. So now the resolution was passed by the United Nations High Commissioner's Office that all refugees from the border and supposed to be 50 kilometers away from their border. So I was supposed to settle in Kisumu. Then I decided to come to Nairobi. So when I came to Nairobi, but still the call was heavy on me. I could see these young boys moving up and down. They are not working. They have no families. Tomorrow in the morning you see them again snipping glue and gum. Very early in the morning I could go witnessing to these boys and girls. That wasn't enough. The call was heavy on me. I could not work with the hotel industry anymore. I started now witnessing to them. I did what we call child evangelism. Child evangelism was to witness to them about Jesus, about the love of God, and they were giving their lives to the Lord. I record down. Then I learned that there was a need for me to know why they go to the street. So on Wednesdays, I was found in Aga Khan Walk. I talk to friends, they give me money, I buy milk, I buy bread, I feed them, I talk to them. They will be ready to change their lives. Then I transferred a feeding program on Fridays in Jibaji Garden. Jibaji Gardens, I was there feeding these children, telling them about the love of God. these children were, in the year 1993, these children were ready for rehabilitation. So my aim was to pick these children from the Goreti division. So I was focusing on the boys and girls from the Goreti division. So the year 1993, July, is when I completed my mission. I got 262 boys and girls from the streets of Nairobi to the center. And as I was doing my things, as you see, my motto is, in everything I do by faith. I didn't have a sponsor, I didn't have a donor. I started fasting for God to open for me the door to start this program. I remember I identified a house across the road. There was a Busaba, the local brew. There was a nightclub, and they had accommodation, that is lodgings. I went straight to the owner after fasting in the bush. I went straight to the owner. I said, I want you to stop all what is happening here. I want to change this place to be a center for street boys and girls. Then he asked me, do you have money? I said, I have money, and I was full of faith. I went to Hampton Guest House, full of faith. I found a young, beautiful lady like you. I asked her, do you have a visitor who has spent a night here? I said, visitor from where? I said, let me look at your book. I looked at the admission book, the reception book. I found a missionary known as Berry Kitchen. I said, this is the man I want. Then he called the man to me. When he called the man to me, I told him I'm a Baptist pastor. I have collected the children from the streets of Nairobi. Now they're in the Goreti corner, so I need rent. He said, how did you know that I'm a Baptist missionary? I said, it's not me. God has sent me to you. He said, I'm a Baptist missionary. I have 8 churches in the U.S., so I've collected money, which I'm going to give you. He went to his hotel room and brought a briefcase, opened it, then he told me, how much money do you want? I said, I want 126,000. When he counted the money, it was 126,000 shillings Kenya money. I say, we paid that money, and we told the owner to start renovating the place. That is how I started the home. Remember, I did not have beds, mattresses, blankets, bed sheets, but then I didn't have money for feeding these children. I went to the bush again for 2 days, fasting. When I finished, the Lord led me to another missionary. I didn't do accounts, and I reached him. He asked me, how much money do you want? I said, I want 75,000 shillings per week. How did you know that I have 75,000? I said, it is not me, it is God who has sent me to you. And he said, I will be giving you 90,000 per week because you're a man of faith. I said, thank you. So I could send the administrator to the center on every Monday with the receipts. He is given money, we buy food for the children or feed the children. So the year 2000, the Lord commanded me to start my own high school. That is how I started National Hidden Talents Academy. So you may ask me, what does a hidden talent mean to me, to you? A hidden talent is a national program that taps and nurtures talents in academics, sports, and games. Then you have things like music. I could have not mentioned music, but I have people who are doing music. I have people like Rington. Rington was brought to me when he was a very young boy by women from the Goreti market. People like Dennis Oliech. In athletics, we have people like Helen Obiri, he's a world beater. We have Mary Gaitan, he's a world beater. We have people like Moses Masai, these are world beaters. There is a problem here, challenges that I'm facing. Not all these boys and girls come back to support me. I used to complain, but the Lord humbles me that I need my glory. Time will come. Definitely time comes that when few of them from Nairobi come back to says thank you. But the rest, like now, the athletes and footballers, the footballers who have responded back to me are Denis Oliech and Cheche. I remember Cheche came to me. The man at the gate asked him, "What is your problem? Why are you crying?" He was shedding tears. He said, "No, God has commanded me to come and bring money for the dad." Then I told him, "Let him come in." When he came in, he gave me 64,000 shillings. Then I made a certificate for him. This equally to Denis Oliech did the same. But I'm telling you, the rest, like now, Helen Obiri and other Mary Gaitan, they are very rich people, millionaires. They don't respond back to me. So you may ask me, how do you live with all these children? I could have introduced the program to you first, that I'm caring for 487 boys and girls. And I'm also commanded to do a rehabilitation program. I have boys who had joined Al-Shabaab group from Coast. I call them ex-prisoner ministry. I have those boys who have been on drugs for long. They are with me. Those who are under rehabilitation, either in the street, from the street, or those who are taking drugs, or those who are joined Al-Shabaab group. That is what we are doing in this program.
Eric Ochengo Yugi, mzaliwa ya hapa Dagoretti Corner, Jamhuri Showground, Jamhuri Park. Ndio nitoke kwetu niende street, kulikuwa na challenge dogo za kinyumba. Haikukuwa ni umaskini, baba alikuwa anaweza. Haikukuwa changamoto rahisi, na haikukuwa pia na mambo zenye unaweza kusema unaweza kustumu mzazi. Ilikuwa ni kitu tunaitwa kichwa ngumu, kutoelewa. Kwa hiyo wakati naona kutoelewa, na kulikuwa na sababu yake juu kama ingefanyika hivyo labda pia huduma kama hii ingekuwa. Niliingia street, nikakaa street. Kabla sijaingia street nilikuwa nimejuana na pastor. Kabla sijaingia street nilikuwa nimejuana na pastor. Pastor alikuwa anafuga hizi sungura. Ili ni attract kwake sana tena. Wakati huduma ilikuja, ministry ikikuja, nilikuwa kwa mkono ya pastor, ambapo mimi ni kijana wake wa kwanza kwa huduma. Hakuna mwingine wa kwanza, ni mimi wa kwanza, na labda niko mpaka wa leo hii. Bahati nzuri pastor akaanzisha ministry fulani inajiita feeding program. Feeding program kupatia watoto wa mtaa chakula kila Saturday, ambapo kila mtoto akaweka mentality lazima Saturday tungekutana kwa uwanja mahali fulani. Sasa hapo ndilikuwa kazi rahisi kusanya watoto wote pamoja. Ikafika wakati hakuna mtoto atatafutwa. Ikifika Saturday tunakutana mahali fulani sisi wote, na lazima hata yeye atakuwa. Shughuli ilikuwa inaendelea hivyo kwa feeding program. Wakati tumeingia hapa tukachange jina. Yaani tumeona better life kuliko mali tulikuwa. Anyway tulikuwa tuna live by faith. Mali imefika, mtu yoyote anaweza kuchoose Kenya anataka kufanya, Kenya anaweza kutamani kufanya, kukuwa nayo kwa maisha yake. Mali sahi wako, juu wako is a better life. Anyway we need more help. Tunataka usaidizi zaidi juu kuna mambo nyingi hatuna. Mimi nafurahi bado nawaona wako. Wanakuja, wanaenda. Kila mtu anatoka na bahati yake yenye amekuja kuchukua, anaenda nayo. Hiyo ni furaha kubwa sana.
Enos not only gave the children shelter, but was keen to what they loved, hence developing and molding them into talented youngsters. Since this was a calling, he got connected to people that were willing to come in, hence accomplishing his mission to reach out to the society.
My names are Jose Awaga, or Coach Deo. I'm a coach of soccer girls at National Hidden Talents.
My names are Collins Diego Malenya, coach Hidden Talent Boys.
Okay, I first met the director, Pastor Enos, when I was a coach at National Bank of Kenya. That was the year 2006, when 2 boys were training with my team. It happened that the 2 boys were street children, so I decided to know where they were coming from. It's then that they told me that they were from this area of Dagoretti, National Hidden Talents. That's when I had that passion to come now to meet the director, and we talked, and I started coaching the girls soccer team that has now moved on to propel in Dagoretti. Currently the girls are the defending champions in girls football in the sub-county level at Dagoretti. We are doing very well in football. We've nurtured the girls, and right now we are at the development stage where these girls can now play to national level. They can even play to Harambee Starlets. Some have moved to play in the Premier League for girls. We have challenges with the girls soccer because a girl has all the needs that she requires. We've tried, but our pastor has really done a lot to make these girls whom they are today. She has actually provided all the necessary needs that a girl child can need. She has done that, buying all the equipments the girls need. The only challenge that we actually need support from the government to equip the girls with the playing kits, to equip the girls with the playing boots, so that the girls can propel and actually give Kenyan coach an easy time to move with the girls.
My first meeting with Pastor Enos was at a local club here called Santos, Green Santos. There we played, but they won that tournament. As a player, I was playing as a player then, but my second meeting was at Alliance High School, where I was the coach of Alliance High, and we managed to beat them. And that's when after leaving work there at Alliance, he told me to come back here and try and help his center to grow to a higher level. And since then, I've been here for like 3-4 years. And in that time, we've managed to make some of the players to develop to our local leagues around here. Some are even playing in the Premier League. And luckily enough, there are some greater ambitions that some will even go to abroad and feature in some teams for trials. So in those 3 years also, I can say it has been challenging to us as coaches to develop the kids, because since some of them have a difficult background, something like that, but we've managed to at least bring them to shape and try to develop them as a person, not only as a footballer. And yeah.
It is said dads and sons can have various relationships. It is really sad if they're limited to the biological relationships only. But if you are on good terms with your father, you're truly a happy person. This is exactly what is portrayed in Stephen Wandera's life, who also spends most of his time reaching out to drug addicts, among others.
Kwa majina naitwa Stephen Boni, na kitu ningetaka kuambia hapa ndani tunapitia mengi, lakini kwa grace ya Mungu tuna survive. Hata mimi ni mmoja wa kukua hapa. Babangu ametuchukua kama watoto wengine, ametulea kama watoto wengine. Kusoma nimesomea hapa. Nikafika form 3 sikumaliza shule. Nikaamua kutoka nianze maisha yangu. Kwa grace ya Mungu nika make life kiasi kung'ang'ana, na mimi nashukuru Mungu kuona vile babangu anaendelea. Yeye ameninspire sana kwa ile mambo amefanya. Ni mengi anapitia. Najua hapa tuna sponsor, tunakula by faith. Hata hiyo ni mambo tulikuwa tunaishi nayo kuanzia kitambo mpaka saa hii. Tunakula kwa imani, tunaishi kwa imani, kwa grace ya Mungu. Hata mimi kuna mambo naendelesha huko nje, kusaidia vijana mtaa, kuongelesha vijana waache drugs, kuongelesha wasichana kutembea mitaani, kuongelesha wamama, kuwapatia hope ya maisha. Hata saa zile sina kazi, mimi kuja hapa kuongelesha pia vijana huko. Na pia niko na team inaitwa FC Bundes. FC Bundes nilianzisha 2016. Saa hii kama vijana wa 6, kuna wale watatu wako ngambo na watatu pia wanachezea kama Harambee Stars under 20. Na bado iko mradi tulianzisha Ng'arisha Mtaa. Tunaifanyanga kwa mwezi mara 2, kusafisha mtaa, kutembelea wazazi, kutembelea wale watu wajiwezi, at least kuwapatia hope ya maisha. Ma MP, ma councilor wetu waone kitu tunafanya ndio waweze kutusupport vijana waache kwa mtaa, wafanye kitu, wafanye kazi. At least hata kama wanaweza tuletea vitu kama drum, pump, vitu hizo za pump za maji, wafanye makaosh. Juu kwa wale wanafanya kaosh lakini wanaenda wanachota maji pengine kwa mtaro ndio washe nayo gari. Ndio hizo mambo tunaangalia mtaani. Na pia change hapa, God to bless, at least alete change hapa, tupote ma sponsor, walimu wakuwe kwa wingi. At least unajua hata walimu wakikuwa kwa wingi, at least watoto wataperform. Hiyo ndo maombi yangu. Na babangu ameinspire sana. Mimi nimegrow nikiona vile babangu vitu wanapitia, ile mambo wanafanya. Nimekuwa nikiona vitu wanafanya polepole, ninakuwa nikigrow nikiona vitu wanafanya. At least hata mimi itafika day ile mambo walikuwa wanafanya pengine nitakuja nifanye perfect kwa mpango ya Mungu.
My vision is not limited to the what we call religion. I have many boys from Mombasa who are Muslims. I've tapped into talents from Kibera, slums, from Muslim. I remember in this center I had a Sheikh Mohammed Matofu, who was a very big Muslim, was with me here. He came here as a refugee. I received him. Then I have a Sheikh Professor Nyakundi, who also came from Kisii as a needy boy. I supported him. He's now a big person somewhere. I have somebody working with the British Army as an engineer known as Mohammed. I have a boy who is in Tanzania now known as Juma. Those are Muslims. I'm talking to you. And these boys are very good to me. I don't force them to Christianity. I don't tell them, I want you to pray like me, like this. No, that is God. God's salvation is the work of God. It is not my work. So I have them. The only ones I don't give a hand, these who come from devil worshippers families. That one I must work hard to see that I change the life of that girl or boy to be the type of person God wants he or her to be. My word of encouragement is that this ministry, the ministry we are running today, is totally run by God. And let me tell you something here. You cannot do this type of work unless you have got a call from God. That many people have tried to run street children programs and they collapse. But I want to encourage them that there is hope for those that God has set for that hope. And since we are giving hope to the hopeless, let me say that somebody who is trying to run this type of program should seek clearance from God. And when you run this program, when you have been set to the hand of God, you'll find it very easy. I give you a word of example and a challenge that when you take care of an orphan, one boy or one girl in your house, and you teach that child to reach God, through prayer, please, life becomes so easy. We have everything that we do here, we do by faith, and we don't have specific donors. We have God commanding people to come and feed us. I sometimes take food on credit. When I take that food on credit, God commands people from all over to come and support me. So I am saying God is not limited. And I have seen that everything is possible with God. These street boys and girls can change at any time. You only go and talk to them. My word of encouragement and also advice to these cultures, communities that have got very bad culture, that when the father dies, the woman is sent away with the children. I ask them to at least, that child, the father has died, needs you. Please take care of that family. And some of them say, the mother, what we have in our home does not belong to women, belongs to men. Let them accept this woman, knowing that a woman who has lost the husband is now a widow. And this widow needs the hand of God. And this hand of God is driving them to them. Now, another thing, these children, without mothers, without fathers, they are human beings like us. They need us to help them. I've seen here an uncle referring a child to me, and yet this uncle has got daughters and sons in Alliance High School, Precious Blood. And you know, when this child comes back to me during holidays, he or she is given a pocket money of 100 shillings. And yet the other one in Alliance is given 500 shillings. That is not good. Let's treat these children the same. If you are an uncle to the girl who is in a center like this, please treat these children as yours. And that is my word of advice. And may God bless the present president. There is a special office known as a devotional office. I have one of my daughters, the one educated here, working in that office. Sometimes when they have food, through a very kind woman known as Nancy, is a secretary. When they have anything extra, they call me, come and pick food for the children. May I remain praying for this country. I call Kenya as a peace-loving country. And that's why I say, may God bless Kenya. May God bless the present president and others who are supporting him in that task of helping this country.
With all this, we can conclude with Martin Luther King Jr.'s quote, which states, "Somewhere along the way, we must learn that there's nothing greater than to do something for others."